Hi everyone, so this is the Strawberry Pop Sisters, and we are
the Sugar Mamas. You already know, positive vibes, baby.
And today we're going to talk about friendships and the good sides and the bad sides. We're going to talk about the friendship flags and then what comes out of setting your own boundaries and then seeing what you need to watch out for. So the first one will be paying attention to how people react when you share the good news.
All right, so I'm going to be real with you, you know what I'm saying? Because, I tell somebody good news, and it goes two ways. It either goes, they're proud of me, they're happy for me, and it shows, that they're putting me up on a scale. Or they're going to say, well, I did this, and one-up me, and make me feel like I'm not good enough. And it's just, it doesn't make sense to me, because I'm just telling you, oh, I did this, I'm proud of myself, and all you need to do is say, I'm proud of you as a friend, but sometimes it turns into an argument for no reason.
So, advice for more people out there, I would think that you should pay attention to the way somebody is speaking to you. If somebody is not excited or doesn't, have, a higher pitch in their voice to, any of the good news you share with them, it's just kind of, communicate to them about it later. I mean, you can just let it go if you want to, but if you keep seeing it over and over again, progress, just, talk about it. Just say, I feel like you're not, excited to hear, things about me, but, that's a whole different topic. So the next red flag will be pay attention to who you are around when you feel like your most authentic self. Keep them close. What are your thoughts?
You already know how I feel about that, because with you, it's I can do anything with you. We can go to the movies, we can cook, clean, go out, have fun,
yeah. It don't fucking matter.
Yo. But at any rate, then there's people it's I can't even have a 5-minute conversation with, you know what I mean? So and I want to be myself around people. If people can't be around while I'm growing and getting better, I don't need them around, if they're oh, well, your laugh's great. I know my laugh is cackle, but you tell me to calm down sometimes, chill, Molly, we're in public, all right, I'm cool, but some people just say it real snarky, and it's oh, okay, so that's how I feel. How do you feel about it?
I feel if there are people out there who are not growing with you or trying to build you up, it's just at that point, why would you even want to be around that person? Because if you're not feeling your best, then why are you with that person? Because you're feeling your worst. It's just right. Move on. Same with relationships and stuff. Just move on at that point. It's
and
not
communicate. Communication is everything.
Communication is our key topic in this, because that's the only way you're going to be able to set something in stone and let somebody know, okay, this is what I want. And I think that's what a lot of people overlook is communication and actually saying something. And nobody knows what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what you're going through.
Oh, you mean they're not mind readers out there?
No,
right, yeah.
So pay attention to that. Next one for you is pay attention to the ones who only talk about themselves and never ask about you.
All right. I need a second to breathe on this one, because this is heavy. I've had friends really that genuinely never, ever ask me how I'm doing. They know I'm going through stuff. They know that I'm depressed or I'm just dealing with a lot of stuff, and they'll never ask how I am. Am I eating? Am I sleeping? But then they're going to come and be da-da-da, I'm going through this and that. And it's just I understand. And they know that I'm going to be there for them, and they take advantage of that. And it's just I get it. I want to talk about me too, but it needs to be mutual. There needs to be, I'm talking about me, you're talking about you, we're talking about us, or whatever the scenario is. But when you're just talking about you and not letting the other person speak on their life, why are you in my life? Because you don't know what I'm going through, and you're not taking the time to get to know me on that level. Period.
Personally, I'm not perfect with this, because I do catch myself sometimes talking about myself more than probably the average person. So I try, as a 22-year-old woman, I try to grow from that and listen to what other people have to say. But this is just on my own account. But if somebody is doing this towards you, you could just try to, this is an advice too, but you can like try to like convert the subject into, oh, okay, like, do you want to hear about what I'm going through? And you could just try and like just say, oh, okay, like, this is what happened to me yesterday. But like, if that person isn't coming to a word with you to say, oh, okay, like, what is up with you, or catch your vibe, is not worth it.
Okay, but then there's the part where you're talking about something. Say someone did me dirty, and I'm telling them, you know, like, this person did this to me. It's like, I'm just trying to tell them, you know, I'm upset about this, or asking for advice, and then they make it about them. That's where you got me messed up, because it's like, I'm coming to you as a friend, and then you're bringing up your past, whatever. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's another thing where it's like, it's not about you. Yeah, you can relate to me. Sometimes, you know, someone relating does help. But when I'm telling you I'm going through this, it's like, right.
Yeah. And this podcast is also for us to talk and find a place where we're not always going to agree. That's the point. Like, we're going to discuss as long as we talk to each other the right way.
Yeah, we sisters, but we ain't gonna fight.
We're not gonna fight because like, we don't agree all the time. But we can talk here. So the next one is, pay attention to how your nervous system reacts around certain people. The energy will always tell you what you need to know. That's a good one.
You start off that one.
All right, I'll start this one off personally, because I think your nervous system is paying more attention towards your conscience and your mind more than anything else, because if I don't feel good about being around somebody, it's just a general, that's just how you're feeling. It involves like that person's characteristics, y'all relate, y'all energy, or y'all vibing together. So if that person is not coming to a meet with you, okay, like I said, communication, y'all talk about it and say, oh, okay, this person, like, we're not vibing. It's just like, try to go from there and then see how it is. But that is a very red flag right there, because like, if you're talking to somebody in the beginning, you don't feel good about it, that's your answer right there. Stop where you're at right there. So
no, I have to, and going off of that, it's just like, you know, being around some people, I get stressed out and anxious, you know, because some people in certain places, like public places or whatever, they're gonna act out, and I don't like that. You know, you want to be surrounding yourself by people where you can be in different places and around different people and feel good. You don't want to have to feel like you're babysitting your friends. You don't want to have to feel like, you know, I need to be here to make sure they're cool. Like, I'm not your mom, I'm not, you know, I'm your friend. So it's, you know, so, but the energy thing is real. Like, if you don't feel that match, then it's like, oof. Like, what am I supposed to do?
But then again, that's another thing. That's a little, I oppose to that, like, the I'm not your mom thing, because, like, I've been watching, like, a lot of TV, and then I'll hear, like, a lot of, like, friends argue, and they'll say, like, I'm not your mom. And I feel like that's, like, the worst thing you could say to somebody, because, like, at the end of the day, some people do think of their friends as their parents, or, like, somebody they can come to, because, like, it's, like, I do want people to take care of me. I do want my friends to care for me. But, like, at the end of the day, like, there's a point where you're doing too much. But I find that, like, just don't really communicate that to somebody. Like, say, okay, I'm not your mom. Even when you're angry.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
When you're angry.
Because even whenever I'm designated driver or whatever, I'm like, I'm your Uber, or I'm mom tonight. But it's not, like, in a rude way. Like,
yeah.
But sometimes in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm not your mom. Like, I shouldn't have to tell you these things. But, like, as a friend, I'm going to. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, I guess it don't really make sense.
They need to drop that codependency.
Yeah, so that's for sure. That's for sure. What's up next?
All right, so pay attention to the conditional friends that disappear when they are in relationships, only to come back when it's over, seeking your emotional labor. And I feel like we need another podcast for this specific question.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, you go first.
Are you sure you want me to go first?
I want you to go elaborate.
Because, like, we've both been there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in relationships where it's like, my friends are ghosted. Like, it's just like, oh my God, I'm in love with you. Like, but, like, you really see who your friends are, because they'll be respectful of the time you're spending with your, you know, significant other. But some people that I've been with, it's like they drain me so much and make me feel like if I'm not with them, I'm doing something wrong. Like when I'm hanging out with my friends, I'm doing something wrong. So like there's like so many different aspects to it, you know what I mean? And then there's a lot, bro. There's so much.
We might have to make this a separate podcast.
Oh yeah, because honestly, like there's just, you know, the person I'm with. You want me to cut?
Keep going.
Oh, okay. It's still recording.
Okay, keep on.
Yeah, but anyway, it's just like, oh, go ahead.
All right. I feel as though, okay, like one thing I feel like people are blinded by to start off is like when you get in a relationship, you're supposed to be yourself. Mm-hmm. You're supposed to stay yourself, be independent. Not like other influences like convince you, okay, this is how you need to feel because I feel like that's not somebody you should be in a relationship at all. And I know a lot of people, including me, I've done that too, that have this codependency streak where you're like, okay, I'm feeling the way they're feeling. That person's upset, I'm upset. That person's happy. No. You are your independent person. You are born here on this earth by yourself. You die by yourself. So I feel as though should I involve religion in this or no? I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna keep it real simple for y'all, and I'm gonna keep it real. So
okay, yes, you heard. We believe in Lord, so don't be a hater.
My thing is, I think marriage is like a great thing. I think having a relationship is a great thing, but at the end of the day, you fend for yourself. Like you make that money, that bread by yourself. Never depend on anyone, cause like what. Not to be on some abandonment type issues thing, but like if that person just wakes up, everybody wakes up a different person. You're on your own.
They could, yeah, and you never know if someone's gonna die. This, and that.
And you never know. You keep yourself together first.
End of the day, you always got yourself. So,
so I mean, people do change with relationships, but I think it takes getting into multiple relationships to realize, oh, okay, like I want to keep my friends around. Personally, to deal with somebody like that. Just let them be. You can't change somebody. They'll learn that like friendships are what you really need. Yeah,
and I was also gonna say is like I've been in relationships that have changed the way I've treated my own friends. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like that's why it's like we do need to make a whole video about it. Just personally, like
that's
just my own experiences. Yeah, but I genuinely do think that you learn a lot from. You know, all the friends you've had, people you've dated, and you see the way that people talk to you and treat you and stuff. Because, like, if I'm like, oh, I'm on a date right now, and someone's like, oh, have fun, or they're like, okay, like, guess you never want to see me, then it's like, okay. But, you know, because we are in college, we are trying to balance out our schedules with, you know, school, work, and everything else. So there has to be some sort of compromise because, you know, not everyone, come on, man. I want to be in a relationship, you know what I mean?
Everybody does.
Yeah, not everybody.
Well, yeah. The small minority of like 10% of people don't want a relationship.
9%.
So, yeah. Okay. But pay attention to the condition. Oh, wait, wrong line. When they constantly use you as the butt of the joke for the entertainment of others, can I please go first for this one? Because I do have a past and I'm not pointing out any names, but let's just call her Amy, okay? I feel like Amy's a very nice name, but for one, I used to be in school with this girl Amy, and then I had a time where I really used to like in high school, I was me, like that's when I was my most authentic self. I didn't need anyone around me to be my most authentic self. I am my own queen, honey. But one thing is the people that you surround yourself, they bring your light down. They bring you down. I used to love to dance. So, like, I used to do Jersey Slide. I used to, like, the twerk.
Can we see something real quick, or?
Oh, my God.
Paparazzi.
But I used to, this person, Amy, used to try to, like, play me and be like, oh, okay, well, your butt's not even that big, or, like, just stop, or, like, da-da-da. And then I would say, oh, okay, like, But, like, looking at the other person, you have insecurities about yourself that you're trying to implement on me. But, like, as a child, when I was younger, I didn't really, like, notice that. But I looked at my body, I was like, maybe I do have a little butt. And I was going through my, like, mind all the time. But, like, my body is perfect. Even if I had a small ass, big ass, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, your body is perfect. It does not matter. Go have fun. Do your thing. You are that bitch.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how to, like, top that. You know, I what was the question again?
When people use you as the butt of the joke for the entertainment of others.
Oh, I don't know. I guess, like, you know, my laugh always is, like, the thing. It's always, like, Molly's laugh can make anybody laugh. Molly this, Molly that. Molly's a lesbian. Like, you know, it's just, like, certain things. Like, oh, Molly can, like, it's just Molly. Like, just throw my name around and, like, how, I don't know. I really just, I've been with, like, people that I were, whoa, back it up. I've been friends with people.
Don't use real names.
I'm not.
Okay.
I've been friends with people that have used my name, like, in a wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, false information. And it's just, how am I supposed to back myself up? Do you know what I'm saying? Because it, like, seems like it's coming directly from me, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like, oh, Molly said this. Molly never said that, Sweet Pea. No.
And it's like, what do you do at that point?
Yeah. Like, my word means nothing now, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What
but,
can you do?
Yeah, go ahead.
When you constantly use, I keep reading the same ones. What's wrong with you? Pay attention to the people. Pay attention to the people who only reach out when they need something. I feel like that's repetitive right there, but I guess we'll talk about it.
Yeah, because tell me why, like, I have friends like Bobby and give me a name.
Andy.
Bobby and Andy?
Yeah, from Toy Story.
Bobby and Andy. Okay, so Bobby. Anyways, so Bobby is only gonna, you know, tell me when they're going through stuff. And Andy is only, like, Andy will just, like, not talk to me for all this time and then be like, oh my gosh, guess what happened to me? And I'm like, how are you doing? Like, how am I doing?
Yeah, like, just actual conversation.
Right. Yeah, like, I don't know, because I have friends, don't get me wrong, one of my best friends from high school, actually, my best friend from high school, we can not talk for months, and we'll go back. It's like it was yesterday. Mm-hmm. And no beef, no nothing, like, she's my soul sister, like, period. But then you have the people that are like, oh, I'm not going to talk to you for months and then hit you with this, and you're going to deal with it because I'm putting it on you right now, and you're Molly, and you know how to handle it, and you can give me advice. No. Because, you know what, you weren't going to ask me how I've been doing. You don't really care to even ask if I'm okay right now or whatever. You're just jumping the gun like, hey, I'm going through this and da-da-da-da. No. Go ahead. Yeah, because...
I mean, like I said, I feel like this is repetitive from, like, the getting out of relationships and coming back. Like, because they do need something from you, so it's kind of the same. But, I don't know, like, just take that. Like, to me, I take things as a grain of salt unless, like, it's communicated. Because I feel as though we all need, like, our friends are there to help us when we're down, or, like, to listen to us when we need them, but not become too codependent. But, like, it comes a point in time where you just, like, you know that person is using you. Like, if it's, I take it as in a scale of, like, if that person's doing it over 80, and then what you're only putting in, like, 20, like, when it comes to the conversations, that's a problem. Like, it needs to be balanced, like, equal. People need to be involved. Like, I need to be letting you speak, letting you say, oh, okay, like, what about you? Mm-hmm. Like, it's not that hard. It's really not that hard to worry about somebody else. So, I mean, I've had, I'm not trying to label nobody or diagnose. I'm not even going to use the word. I mean, I guess we could use narcissist because we're not actually saying NPD.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not saying that, but yeah, that's a narcissist. Somebody always turning it into themselves, doesn't care about what you're going through. But no, that's the thing. A narcissist will care about you in the beginning.
Oh yeah,
because they want to
give you feed you in or whatever.
They want to
lure you in. I mean, yeah.
And then eventually,
you're stuck.
When you feel okay, this person is my safe place. I need to be around them, that's when they'll turn the tables and be like, oh, okay, like.
And then it's their show. They run it. You have no control.
A podcast on narcissism.
Do.
It's just so many things to talk about, honey.
We're just what do we call it again?
The Strawberry Pop Sisters.
Strawberry Pop Sisters are gonna come at you.
Yes, and we're your sugar mama, so we're gonna give you all the sugar.
Yeah, we ain't giving you no salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Sorry, boo.
Alright, so let's move on. But don't get too comfortable existing in spaces where you know you deserve better. Wow. You wanna go first?
You can go first.
For me, this is just kind of like something that like I had to go through up until this point, because like if you just don't feel like you belong, like it's kind of just like, say you're that type person who you can't snatch yourself out of them situations, because like that's how I get sometimes. Like if I don't feel good at a party, or I'm not gonna leave, I'm gonna try to like hold in there and like be sociable as possible. So everybody's different, but if you're a type person who's like, oh, I'm with a friend that like I can't help but be stuck around, because that goes back to the narcissism. What am I trying to say? Narcissism personality, because those type people have you trapped. So, like, it's kind of hard to distance yourself, because that person's going to say, I care about you, I love you, I want you in this space, I only do this because I fool with you, this and that, da-da-da. That's that type person who you need to weigh your pros and cons. And something, like we were talking about earlier, too, like, if something bad happens, that's the only time you see, okay, this person was shitty.
All right. You gotta go through stuff to see how people are gonna treat you. So with Bobby and Andy, it's like Bobby and I were in a whole situation, and then like it's just the way he handled it. You know what I'm saying? And like that shows how you feel about me, how much, not only how much you care about yourself, but how much you care about me as a friend and as a person. If you're willing to throw me under the bus, you don't care about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not talking about, like, dealing with the cops or dealing with, you know, like, it's minor stuff, but it's still, like, why? And then you have people that just cause drama for no reason, and it's like, I don't want to be... And that's my thing, is like, I hate drama so much, but I'm always in drama. So, you gotta...
Maybe you're just, like, the viewer. Like, that's how
Give me my binoculars.
Yeah, like, you're just, like, the help. You're the empath.
I am.
Yeah, we're empaths too. Like, that's why we're friends, because we are empaths, and then we met on an empathetic vibe. So
empathetic vibe.
Yup.
Hey, we're alive.
I was about to say empanada, but like empathetic.
She's just hungry. So.
Yes, and the facts. Like, oh my gosh, spaghetti.
Spaghetti-o. Alright, what's next?
Believe people when they show you who they are. Wait. The first time.
Oh, are you talking about, like, if someone does something and I'm like, ooh, and then they do it again, and I'm like, oh, they really acted that way?
Yeah, like, well, let me break it down for you.
Break it down.
It's like, because this is our last question, but, like, it's like, say we were at a bar, and then I had a drink, and then I was being like, we were real cool before we showed up, and then everything was fine, no bad vibes, we talked, like, and then I just, like, brought all these people around me, and then we just, like, walked away or something, and then I left you there, and then, like, you're sitting here, well, you're trying to, like, make up all these reasons. Say maybe they just did that because, like, they were so lit or they were drunk that, like, they weren't paying attention. No.
Oh, taking a hint, basically.
Yeah, just, like, listen to that one time and go with that.
All right, so, I got you. But for me, I feel like more of, like, things people say. You know, like, there's certain words that I don't know why people still say them, but people still say words that they shouldn't say. They have, like, no right to say, and they'll say them. And then I'll just, like, let it go. You know what I'm saying? And then, like that type of thing. It is just, like... So, for me, what I'm getting from that is, like, how people talk and communicate. And I'll just let things slide. and then it just bottles up, and I'm like, no, that really bothers me that they handle things that way, they talk that way to people. Just like, you know, like professors or something, like you're not gonna go cuss out your professor. And if someone did that and I was just like, let it slide, like why am I letting it slide? Because I don't bangs with that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Oh, all right.
Big one.
All right, yeah. So, like, I don't know. Like, I've given people way too many chances, and then they'll act a fool, and then, like, I'm like, oh, it's okay. Like, they're going to get better. And I feel like I can help them, and I feel like, wow, I feel like I can be their help, and I can, you know, be like, I'm here for you. We're going to get better. We're going to work on this. It's not my responsibility, and I need to know as a human being that I can't put that on myself. Mm-hmm. But as a friend, I need to be like, that's a red flag that they're, you know, dragging me into their stuff. Mm-hmm. Because I'll have friends that, you know, they have problems. Don't get me wrong. I'm there for you. If you have someone that does you wrong, I'm there, and you know that. But, like, there's a difference between relevant and irrelevant. There's, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then stuff is, like, dead. Like, that stuff was done a while ago. So why are you bringing it up and trying to make it happen now whenever there's peace now? So I mean, I could really go off for a long time about it.
Yeah, like some of these deserve a separate podcast, like a subcategory under a category.
That's what, like, whenever we, like, started to talk about it, I was like, oh, yeah. Because, you know, then you think of this person, and then you think of, like, you know.
Yeah.
And there's just, like, so much that we both have learned just from other people's experiences, let alone our own.
And being in school.
Yeah.
Like, we learned a lot.
And being besties for the resties.
And we're in college, too. So
I'm in college? No way.
Yeah, but the viewers probably don't know what grade we are. They could think we're in high school. Like, we're not
we are
kids.
in college.
We're not children.
Don't play with us.
Yeah, don't mess with us.
Because we're the sugar mommies.
All right, back on topic. Okay. But about the showing the true colors the first time, I feel like, from my personal experience, and then I'll give advice, I feel like personally for me, I could have avoided so much trouble and drama and problems from just seeing those first. I don't believe in first time you're done. I believe in first time we'll see, and if that person does it a second time, that's kind of like, all right, like, I'll think about it. I'm iffy. Let me distance myself a little bit. But then the third time is a charm. I always say that 3 times charm. You back away. You do what you gotta do. But personally, to speed this up too, I've had people to the point where it's like, I've heard like chatter about like other sources, and then it showed that person completely. Because like, one thing I always just tell myself, you talk about people with your friend, they're talking about you behind your back.
That's the one. That's the one. And
there's a way you talk about people. Like, if I'm coming to you, mind say da-da-da, this bitch, da-da-da-da, cussing them out, that's the person you watch out for. Because like, when you slip up or do something, they'll probably be like, oh, okay, you slipped up with the other person. They'll just it's a circle.
And you don't talk like poorly on someone. Mm-hmm. Like, you talk poorly on someone for a reason. You know what I mean?
For a reason.
Like, I don't talk poorly on you, so like that makes sense. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Or we don't talk poorly about anybody. We're just like, oh, that's how it is. We speak facts. We don't just like say, oh, I think she's ugly. Like, we don't do that.
Yeah, like that's like high school. Like, like we don't do that. We just say like, when this person talks this way, or you know how they handle the situation, like real life stuff. Because that's what we do here. We talk about real life stuff because we want to talk about our experiences to help you.
And also, going off of that, I forgot where I stopped at, but like, personally, it is kind of hard to like see somebody and just like realize, oh, okay, this is how this person is, because you could really have a deep love for someone and like care for them truly, and just say, oh, okay, like, let me just leave that red flag and just like keep it pushing. But like, when they show you their first time, like, I had people one time, we were sitting chilling and talking about somebody going on a trip. I'm not even gonna say any names or none of that. This
Bobby
is the same
and
person.
Andy.
It's just a person at this point, but a stranger now. But talking about, oh, let's go on a trip, let's go on a beach trip, let's go DC trip, whatever they were going, or Florida, doesn't matter. But times where we sat down and they're talking about this person and they're saying, oh, but they didn't do this for me, so why would we drive them? Or they didn't do, or like, let's not waste our gas on this person. And it's just like, keep that energy in your head between your family or people who like that's like really close to you. You probably talk about that, but don't talk about that with your friends sitting there, because like then again I'm gonna like feel like I'm walking on glass,
or
like
eggshells.
Like what if like I needed help or like
it's even just it's like opening a door for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Because like you want someone to do that for you. It's like, oh, no one opens the door for me, I'm not going to open it for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the same kind of attitude, and then when someone says something like that, it's like, oh, so if I'm down bad, I'm not coming to you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, I wonder, like, did I ever come to them for something?
Mm-hmm.
And like it puts you in a sticky situation because you shouldn't feel that way. Like if I ever needed something, I would hit you up. And you're there. You know what I mean? Like you do what you can do to help me. You're not.
And we're not perfect either. Like we make mistakes. We in the past talked about people. We've done stuff like nobody's perfect, and then like it's just all learning and growing experience.
Exactly.
Just understanding that like that's for like young kids. Like we don't do that stuff anymore. It's just grow, worry about your craft, and keep it pushing. So, I mean, maybe we can have a guest star on here one day. Like,
we're going to have some guests. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Leave a comment. And then we can have somebody on FaceTime.
Yeah, like if you guys want somebody on here, like you said, leave a comment or just hit us up and, we'll put you in.
And go from there. But, all right. So, this has been real. And did it end?
It's probably going to end because she's calling me.
Just end it and tell her to call back. I'm going to cut it.
Alright. Okay, good.
But okay, so it's been real. So this was your Strawberry Pop Sisters. Do you have anything else to say?
Stay true to yourself and look out for the red flags, because if you don't look out for them, it's just gonna catch up to you at the end of the day. And we want to see you thrive and be happy. Mm-hmm. So stay tuned. We got a lot more coming. Anything else you want to say?
Just smile. Keep it pushing.
Bye.